Hello, folks, and welcome to Divine Intervention 2. My name is Kret. Today, I am joined once again by DM Bren. We've got great games for you. The first one, definitely a whopper. The rest of them, probably pretty good as well.
So here's the fun, right? Here's
Okay.
the fun. Is that yesterday, Brad outplaced everyone in the sweatshop, only tying Pon Pon, which is a feat. Considering, I mean, you think of the pedigrees that these players had, you know, Adonis
Yeah.
and Pecky's, Pon Pon, and Snoopy, all either being or formerly being pro players. Now, Brad barely played the game until he started working for Smite as the camera guy. So Brad outplacing Pecky's and Adonis is huge. Now today, if Brad gets past his round one, he will absolutely outplace at least one of the sweatshop members because Pecky's and Adonis will be fighting game one today.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty good game as well, just in aside from the grudges and the stuff around it. Peggy's and Adonis played together on a few teams.
Yep.
They have very similar styles. They're good friends. And so seeing them face off is going to be tense, cerebral, and exciting. I've never really been excited before, so bear with me. But
Okay.
so aside from that, we've got a whole bunch of other captains. Taking a quick look at the brackets here. SNK.
There's big game ones today.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's take a look through the game ones. Bart versus Josh, I like. Lass's IRAFer is
That's the big
actually
one, I think.
huge, yeah.
Kelly and Snoopy is interesting because Kelly got past round one yesterday and Snoopy didn't.
That's true. Kelly, I believe in her.
Kelly's got the shot calls, man.
Yeah.
I think
And
she's
she
got 'em.
actually has a pretty good attitude. Suntouch and F-Dot, probably an interesting match in terms of how it will resolve.
Yep. Jerby and Lydia right below that. If Lydia and Suntouch both win their round ones, they get to face off, which I think is fun. But poor Lydia's got to get through Jerby.
Yeah.
2 tournaments he has entered, and he has a first and second place under his belt. He knows what he's doing in these pro-ams.
That's very true, but, you know, it also gives Suntouch a chance for revenge for his girlfriend and
true.
revenge for yesterday, where Jerby beat him in the semifinals and forced him
Yep.
to a 4th place seat after losing to Zalia. And speaking of Zalia, up against Durgius first round, so that's another hard
Once
match.
again, I'm putting my money on Zalia. I'm doing
Yeah.
it again. I mean,
I
the
think it's
guy, not only is he an amazing player, but he has Dust on his team today, and Dust is really, really good. I think Dust is probably the best amateur in the tournament today. So putting those two together, that's a recipe for success.
All right, guys, well, we have been pulled into picks and bans. Let's bring that up. It is not blue team and red team yet again. It's going to be team Pecky's on
It's
the left.
Prince Pecky's
Prince Pecky's. All right, let's do this.
and Duke Adonis.
Admiral
Oh.
Adonis.
Admiral Adonis, okay.
Cool.
Both of which answer to King Bradley.
King Bradley, Lord of Production, and other things.
He's Lord of the Sweatshop now.
Yeah, Lord of the Sweatshop too.
King
All
of
right,
the
so
Sweatshop.
bands come out rather quickly, and they're fairly standard as well. Thor, Nuwa, Geb, Kali, a little bit more of a flavor band, and I think that's going to be directed at Pecky's.
Yeah. Taking a look at the players too. Swellfoot from yesterday had a really good season throughout the day. I'm pretty sure he was on a top 2 team. Yes, he was in Jerby's team.
Swellfoot? Yeah.
Swell was in second place yesterday. No joke.
Circuit first pick, also no joke.
I don't understand why that even got through. Also on the other side, Lily XYZ. I've actually met her in real life a few times. She's a big Smite fan. Also a big fan of the Cog Boys. I know she's a huge Barracuda fan and Cognitive, so she definitely knows the competitive values of
cool.
comp. So that'll be good. I don't know that I know anyone else in here though. I've heard of that hi-rez Adonis guy.
I haven't.
But I heard he's not that good.
Wow, really? All right. Crimson, I feel like I recognize, but maybe that's just because it's one of those names where you're like, how do they get that?
Yeah, how do you have that name?
Like, have you seen
one of my
Zach?
subs is just named Luke. Like,
Wow. Have you seen Zach? He just like
Yeah,
showed
dude.
up one day and was like Diamond. And it's like, how did you? Where
or
did you
like
come
Solo,
from? Why do you have
or
that
Tank.
name? Yeah.
Like they get these weird names. Mercury and Athena get locked in after Apollo and Raw. Now I love the Apollo pick here from Swellfoot because every time he played Apollo yesterday, he dominated.
Yeah.
And I think he's taking that advice. Bach is going to be hovered on as well and locked into the Adonis, into the Athena. Neither has the advantage here. Bacchus has late game team fights just by a little bit. She has the landing phase because of global presence just by a little bit. And then Mercury and Circuit, very strong team coming out from Prince Peck.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about this Athena Bacchus is they're both kind of weak on peel, right? Like they've got one ability, you've got Belly Flop and you've got Confound. I'm not going to count Belch of the Gods because, let's be honest, when the last time you actually saw that fourth hit connect? And then their ultimate is like niche peel. Like sometimes Defender of Olympus is great, and sometimes Intoxicate is great because it can mess with your hunter, but other times, you intoxicate Snoopy and he's just like, I don't care. This just made my skill shots more interesting, but I'm still going to hit them all. Loki hovered on and immediately locked in.
Okay.
That, first of all... Ooh.
One of my least favorite characters, Isis, hovered on, as well as my favorite character, Chang'e.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. The other thing to mention is this is... no AD carry, so Prince Pekis will be running a Mercury in the Hunter role more than likely. We'll see how that works out, whereas Swellfoop on Apollo a little bit more standard. But, I mean, Mercury Athena lane, I feel like isn't that great. It's not going to do poorly, but it just doesn't have synergy. And that said, neither does Apollo Bacchus.
Either way, I think teams are a little less communicative than we would normally see at top level. So still having these types of characters like Bacchus who just knocks a bunch of people up can be very, very helpful. Really, it comes down to Adonis. We're into the trading phase. I can't imagine Adonis is not going to try to fight against Pekis. That's right. Yeah, Hunbots gets locked in. He's going to try to deal with Serket here. And I think Hunbots is a good character to do that. He has multiple forms of movement to match hers. He has an ultimate that can interrupt her. I think that's smart.
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of different versions of the same character. They're very mobile, they have burst damage potential, but Serket is single target killing power with limited team usefulness, whereas Hunbots is limited killing power relative to other assassins and amazing utility for his team. Either way, it's Pekis versus Adonis in the first round of Divine Intervention 2, Day 2. Check it out in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Hey guys, we are back with Divine Intervention 2. First game of the day, Prince Pekis versus Admiral Adonis. On the side of order, it is Pekis and his boys, Lil XYZ, Pekis himself, Alpha Heart, Spurious Spunk, and Larison 5. And for Adonis, you've got Scaff, hi-rez Adonis himself, Swellfoop, now playing support, Crimson, and low-res Samuel.
See, I don't like this. I don't like going in. Swellfoop had such a good day yesterday, and he's going to switch roles today. I think he should have just stuck with the guns. They should have put someone else in the support and gone for the carry. Adonis not letting Alpha Heart start off by putting wards down for free. Gets the first auto of the game. And if I know anything about Smite and Ranked, it's that wins the game, apparently, from what I understand.
Second auto attack, too. I mean, especially when you have a support, it's even more effective, right?
Yeah.
So, definitely good there. On the right-hand side, it's as we expected. So you've got Chunga in the solo lane, Isis in the mid, and Serket in the jungle. Isis versus Ra. Ra's one of the better characters equipped to deal with Isis's early game because of his ability to either clear decently or clear really well or heal his creeps. So able to have a little bit of a better time against a character with very, very strong clear.
You know what I forgot about? They put the drag and drop feature in it. Did you use that today?
No, because it doesn't work on the side dudes.
What do you mean?
Like the things on the side?
Yeah.
I don't think it reorganizes those.
Monarch
it does now! Order. This is amazing!
This is the greatest thing that's ever happened. So, now what I'm doing is I'm doing solo, jungle, mid, and then ADC support.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, dude, this is so cool. Shout outs to hi-rez. I love this.
Actually, I think we're doing support ADC.
You want to do support ADC?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Because supports roam to the middle.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll do that.
Alright, we're in there. So going to lane, we're going to see Pekis and Lily try to face off. They have a lot of control there. Adonis, though, with a huge misplay right there, did not wait for the decoy to group them up and actually missed 3 of the creeps. They'll still push because they have insane push potential. And it looks like Adonis is going to try to make a play here. Maybe going for back harpies, possibly going for the mid gank. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. Also on the left-hand side, a lot of damage has come out to Spurious Punk on that Mercury, as well as both players from Adonis's team. So that's interesting. Trading some of your Hunter's health for great damage onto everyone else is a really good trade. Now, Adonis going for the invade will jump the wall, his somersault on cooldown for 15 seconds, but he's going to try and burst down the speed buff before it matters. His hog has been used. He might
this is why
not
we get hog
this.
too. This is why we got.
He's not gonna get it.
Spirit Ball stolen. Adonis gonna wind up giving up first blood to a huge 7% crit coming out right there from Sparius Spunk. That's my man.
I've seen some Adonis die before, but not like that. Pecky's in the middle lane, trying to pressure Laura Samuel. Will not connect with the Deathbane the way he wanted to, but his team already getting first blood. Pecky's is about to jump in the backpack, because things are looking good. The speed buff even went to Pecky's team.
You know what's crazy is Adonis doesn't actually have his Hand of the Gods up for another 20 seconds as well. That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, but Swellfoob on the left-hand side jumps in, gets punished for it. And that's the problem with jumping into Mercury. There were enough creeps to turn around. Mercury's high damage is very powerful, and rocking 1 kill, 1 assist so far. Sparius Spunk's in a good spot.
See, all right, so just for those at home, explaining what Adonis did, he bought the hand 2 to try to make the big play. The issue is he called for something when his team could not rotate. His team in the duo lane was pushed back. His team in the mid lane was pushed back. They didn't have that level of control. He called it too late. They didn't quite get it, and he paid for his greed.
There were a few other factors in there as well. He didn't get any crits from his passive, which would have increased his clear speed significantly.
True.
So that's just sort of bad RNG, but...
I can
Rip.
just so you know, Pecky's and Adonis live together. In fact, their rooms are separated by 1 wall. I imagine that the smack talk right now between that wall is massive. Whereas,
and one directional.
Yeah, definitely one directional. Adonis is being very quiet right now.
Yeah, Pecky's really feeling himself jumping in on Laura Samuel, and that's a nice combo. Circle protection just to make sure it happens. Not needed, but I respect just 100% kill.
Here's the early game comms coming out from Adonis' team, right? We're just going to let Circuit through. Pecky's doesn't know how to play her. Right? That sounded right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Pecky's proven him a little bit wrong here with a 2-0-0 and highest level in the game start. In fact, he is highest farm overall. Golden Hand even is 1,700. He is going to go back soon and spend a lot. He's probably going to wait to that 2150 mark, pick up a little bit more, and try to go for just full boots.
We'll see what he does do. The other thing to mention is just Prince
not.
Pecky's team composition. Getting rolling early is so good for them because they have 2 assassins, a very high damage early game mage. Isis in the early and mid game can be incredibly powerful. And they've got Chunga as late game assurance where, I mean, you know this better than anyone. Once Chunga gets there, she's absolutely
If she gets there,
unbeatable.
you're done. Like, plain and simple. She does ridiculous amounts of damage. She is probably the 2nd highest sustainable mage damage in the game to only Habla. I mean, she just consistently is able to hit you, and she cannot miss. Left side in a lot of trouble. We're actually going to see Lily go down to the right. Nice to finally a gank coming out right there from Adonis. They get some damage on the Swellfoob, but it doesn't look like enough, and no follow-up afterwards. Still, Adonis puts his name on the board just a little bit, finally getting a kill after 2 deaths.
Yeah, Chunga there does have a bit of a weakness in the laning phase when you get ganked. You need to use your Waxing Moon perfectly and Moonlit Waltz at the right time.
Oh my god, Pecky's just jumped in. He used his Hand of the Gods to steal away the blue, but actually didn't even need to. The Hand of the Gods didn't function. He actually killed it with the ambush.
Pecky's is on a roll today. Not that time.
And it gets restolen. That's 2 times we've seen a buff stolen with a 3 ability coming out from a jungler.
No. Oh yeah, from a jungler, and then we also saw the Spirit Ball from Isis take speed buff at the start.
That's
so
true.
this is a bad day for clearing buffs.
Yes, very true. A lot of trouble overall, though, for Adonis, as Pecky still remains 1,400 gold ahead, as well as 2,500 experience. And Isis is, Circuit is a character you do not want to see get ahead. Right now, Pecky's sitting at about 3,700 gold. Gold in hand, getting very close to being able to finish up those boots.
Adonis using a bit of a... This is something that we've seen come out of Grishank a lot, where he's just like, alright, no one's here. I guess I'll just go into the enemy jungle. But now their people are here, and Adonis doesn't really have a good way out. He's going to get special delivered into the wall, jump away, but here comes the circle protection. That's going to be enough to get the kill. Sonic Boom 2, because I think Pecky's just calling, kill him, kill him.
Did you see my man Larison right there? Also, Pecky's gets another kill with the ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
But my man Larison right there, he hit Spirit Ball, right? And as soon as the Spirit Ball stun was up, Adonis was silenced. Larison is a player to watch in this tournament. That combo was no joke. Spirit Ball gets immuned out. They're rushing it down, taking a lot of damage as Crimson. He's going to go down. Sights now to Swellfoob. Already used the belly flop. Can he get it back up? No! Pecky's finds another kill as on a rampage.
And that Rampage is going to take him straight to the Gold Fury 6 minutes in. They don't have the Circle of Protection, but they will be able to trade aggro and take this down with the help of the Wind Gust. A few lucky crits, more than a few lucky crits. That Golden Bow is done, giving respectable crit chance. And now, another special delivery. Adonis is in trouble, and he gets comboed down. Fear no evil. Too late, and actually wasted. He would have been better off just dying.
My man Larison again with the perfect Spirit Ball. He has not dropped a single combo this game. He's stealing away buffs. He's shutting down Adonis. He's comboing with the team. He's rotating the mid camps. That's my man right there.
Diamond Isis, and he's earned every feather. On the right-hand side, though, Scath doing a little bit better on rotations than Lily XYZ, the Chunga player. She's doing better in experience because she's rotating less. This is an interesting dynamic for the solo lane because both of them are sort of weaker solo laners in the laning phase, right? Like, Chunga needs to get rolling, and Loki generally just decoys until he's fed.
Right, exactly, and he's doing a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, he
38
is.
stacks, no deaths, got an assist to him. Right here is actually going to get some decent tower damage. Chunga not going to have an easy matchup against Loki unless you're extremely versed in this matchup. Going into it, she has finished her Shoes of Focus. She's also picked up a tiny trinket, more than likely, given the fact that there's a Ra, this is going to be Divine Ruin, though Bancroft's talent is very strong at this stage in the game.
Yeah, let's see what she goes for. Divine Ruin, you know, really useful once you get into the team fights, but there's the risk of building it a little bit too early and gimping the damage, because when you're not using the passive, Divine Ruin just pretty much sucks.
So there's something to consider, and we always talk a lot about the pen boots versus the cooldown boots. And for healers, anyone with a healing ability, generally speaking, it's going to be a better pickup to go cool, because the cooldown will affect your heals. Penetration does not. In Chunga's case, both actually affect because her heals also damage. But giving it a faster cooldown, especially when you get movement speed from it. But let's take a look at Pecky's here, just barely, and accidentally dodging it with his ultimate. Scath taking a lot of damage. He's bleeding out here with that poison. Pecky's trying to jump away. It looks like a great teleport coming out from Adonis. He's trying to find a way to the backline, but it looks like Pecky's will just barely get away.
Yeah, Serket just a little bit too fast. Sonic Boom on the left-hand side. Spurious Spunk wants this kill, and when his cooldowns come up, he should be able to get it.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of aching for it at this point. Crimson has to hide behind his tower. There's the ultimate. Is he going to go for it? He's looking for it. Oh, he's got it. I think he's got it. He's got it.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
That's exactly how it needed to be done. Joe's recall, because you've done everything you need to do in the middle lane. Beads used, I believe, by Loris Samuel. Yeah, just used their 3-minute cooldown forced by Spirit Ball. Larison will get turned on, but nice silence yet again. Beautiful play here. Wingus is down, so he's got no way to immune the belly flop, but his team is here. Adonis jumping away, and that team fight just disappeared.
Pecky's is laying waste right now to Adonis' team, and it's not just Pecky's. Usually when we talk about the captains, the story winds up being how hard can the captain carry. And while Pecky's is 6-0-0 and is definitely no joke, I'm looking at Larison, man. The guy has been absolutely incredible. His combos have been perfect. His rotations have been great. Same thing on the bottom here for Spurious Spunk, but we're going to see him rotate in. Lily falls once again to Loki. A little bit too much damage. The 3-man rotation on the left side will be deterred just barely as Swellfoop able to dodge away from the 3.
Outloader Samuel's in a horrible position. Fist of the Gods used, and probably not needed, but it won't matter as the circle protection, and the Wingos will pick up the kill. Larison tanking a snipe to the face.
That's how you know you're ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Rod doesn't even have his boots finished.
Like, oh god, Rod's ulting. I'm just gonna do what I'm doing. I don't really care.
It'll be fine.
Pecky's jumping in here. Might force the hand of the gods. I don't think he stole either one. Scath in a lot of trouble here. There comes the Sonic Boom. Pecky's finds another kill and becomes unstoppable.
Yeah, he really has been unstoppable this game. Speed buff not going to spawn soon, but I mean, look at the ward coverage as well, right? Is very aggressive coming out from Prince Pecky's. 1 on the speed buff. They're in all of the corridors along the jungle. Now they're diving in the middle lane tower. You don't usually dive onto a Guardian like this, but with the Deathbane, it's going to be enough to get the kill. Pecky's ambushed away, and he'll be alright.
That true damage coming out from Last Breath spells the Last Breath once again for Swellfoop, who is not having the same day we saw yesterday. 0-3 puts him very far behind, yet still ahead of the mid laner. Loris Samuel has not been able to get started. Larison has just been too strong in the rotations from Pecky's versus the rotations coming out from Adonis have just been unbelievably powerful. 11 kills ahead. They're also ahead 4,200 gold at the 11-minute mark.
Adonis could be in trouble yet again if this special delivery does connect. Jumps away. He'll be alright.
I think they're going to let that one go.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1-4. It's great fun to kill the Cactus, and a big part of the strategy in these tournaments, but you don't want to chase him too far, and you don't want to get baited. On the right-hand side, Lily has been having some trouble. 0-2, the only deaths on her team, but that's kind of fine. This is a tough matchup, and Chunga takes a little bit to get rolling. She, in this composition, is the late-game insurance. When other people start to fall off, she turns on and sort of keeps the fight going in the right direction, because a great Waxing Moon can win any fight.
Yeah, that's true. You hit 2 or 3 people, especially if the second or third person doesn't have a bees or CC immunity, they're going to pay heavily. Maybe not in damage for themselves, but either way, we're seeing a reset onto the Gold Fury as the ever-dangerous Larison rotates over to the mid lane with that support coming out from my man Alpha Heart. They have had no trouble controlling objectives this game. In fact, while no players have dropped, the only objective to go down has been the Gold Fury, and that, of course, has gone to Prince Pecky's team. Adonis has spent 63 seconds dead.
On the right-hand side, Scath is going to get pushed out of the tower, Fist of the Gods, and he's going to assassinate away. That should give Lily about a minute and a half of just free farming. As without his assassinate, Loki is not that much of a threat. Nice ambush from Pecky's just to completely avoid the fear no evil. Scath is going in, but he doesn't have his assassinate, so he's less useful in this engagement. And right now, look who's rotating. It's Larison on the Isis, and a good Spirit Ball could start the perfect fight.
It looks like a 3v4, but don't forget, Athena could rotate over, but her ultimate is down right now. She has used it, only has about 30 seconds left. I don't know that Adonis' team recognizes that fact because they're not pressing this advantage. They had the power play there, they didn't take it, and they're going to pay for it because over in the left side, once again, pushed under the tower is Crimson.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the fear no evil and the assassinate being down. They lose so many options. Now, this mid camps can be a little bit hard to contest, but better positioning from Adonis is going to allow them to get the objectives. But will they get out for free? The Spirit Ball connection is huge. Pecky takes down Adonis. Jumping in place is Swellfoop, but it's not going to work out for him. And now low-res Samuel. Silence down. That's going to slow him. Beats come through. A Sonic Boom connects directly to the face of Special Delivery to find the range. And Made You Look gets the kill.
Remember when it used to matter when people would miss CCs and then Mercury came out?
Yeah, and he's like, oh no, hey, Hobla too. They're just like, no, I was repositioning, it's fine.
Spurious right there with a huge swing, gonna shut this down. Foolishly, Apollo takes to the skies. He's gonna rain down, but I think he's gonna get CC chained out there. Yeah, he's gonna be forced away. They didn't even reset the Gold Fury. In fact, Crimson, all he takes for that is a lot of damage, and his ultimate, on top of the fact that he's gonna have to go back now because of the mana being spent. Crimson will not be able to defend, and once again, the Gold Fury will fall to Prince Pecky's.
I think Prince Preckies is just looking to take the throne right here. Adonis first, and maybe next Brad and the whole world. So, I mean, taking a look at the brackets, just the path that Pecky's is going to have to take, it's looking pretty good, honestly. Oh, on the left-hand side, Alpha Heart caught Lazy backing there.
A little bit greedy.
Yeah, third kill of the game, going to Swellfoop. Nicely done there. Did use the Intoxicate, but it's fine. Just confirms
Better than not getting the kill.
That's true. So, looking at Pecky's, if he wins this, he'll go up against SNK, then likely Proxy QQ, before hitting the semifinals. Hold on a second, though. In the middle lane, Pecky's in a lot of trouble. Knocked up by the belly flop, able to Deathbane away, and the teleport from Adonis is not where it needs to be. Pecky's with the Fist of the God, Circle Protection, Spirit Ball! The outplay is so real!
Larison the God saves the day once again. Pecky's with complete reliance and trust in his teammate. The Diamond Isis has laid waste to this game so far and finds another kill with a huge Spirit Ball to the back. You know, we call this a Pro-Am tournament. Right now, I'm not seeing much Am coming out from Prince Pecky's team.
Not much at all. I mean, even the rotation from the Mercury is perfect, knowing exactly when to rotate out of the solo lane. Sonic Boom connects and gets a quick kill off of that special delivery. Now in the middle lane, Larison gonna just pressure the tower. On the right-hand side, Lily XYZ just holding her own. Still 0-2, no assists, but the farm is there. And so it's just gonna keep going. Lose creeps the tower where needed because Chunga, she has to get rolling, but because the way she builds, not actually that expensive to build up.
Pecky's, the chat just came up. Or, I'm sorry, Kret, they just came up with the best thing in the chat.
What is it?
Madanas.
Madonis.
That is fantastic. If I had things to give away, I would give away to the person who started that. But I don't, so sorry. Know that we love you. Rotating to the left side. This could be a chance here. What are they looking for? Intoxicate's going to do some damage. He dashes away still in a perfect straight line. That's the power of Mercury.
Yeah, is walking not so straight, but the dash certainly is. And so now looking at the gold, 7,000 and 11,000 experience in favor of Prince Pecky's. He needs to transition this into taking towers. Mid tower very low. Solo lane tower, also something they should be looking for.
Do you see this guy? Look at this. Pecky's reads the rotation back, misses the Cobra's Kiss though. Samuel will be able to escape, but he is very far behind at this point. You take a look at Larison, level 15. Mid lane Raw here from Laura Samuel, only level 11, the same level as Pecky's, or rather Adonis, who is 5 levels behind
Oh, Cobra's Kiss is going to interrupt the Loki.
Perfect combo. Oh,
forces the assassinate out.
Right there, he didn't actually throw him in the correct direction. He threw him away from his team. Scath will just barely escape with about 200, maybe 300 health now, thanks to this raw heal. Even so, they're not letting up.
Yeah, it's going to be engaged on the Fear No Evil, turning around onto Peck as he's taking down. The Waxing Moon connection, though, is perfect, and Scath will go down. Circle protection on top. A big explosion on the Swellfoop, dropping him 2 halves. Spirit all connects. Again, it's only mages here, so carving through his tanks is a little bit more difficult. Spirit Spunk will get a kill on the left-hand side. The Bacchus will be forced out. The Rord is a mid-tower. It wasn't the perfect fight, but it was good enough to get the job done. Now Adonis trying to defend here. It's not going to work out for him, and he's forced to jump away.
With that, Spurious Spunk continues his pressure into the left lane. Will not be contested here, at least not yet. Adonis is actually backing as we see Swellfoop try to work his way back over towards the left side. The belly flop is down. Maximum velocity has already been used. Check this out. He's trying for it, and the archers have been pulled away from the tower now to hit the... oh, Mercury accidentally hits with the golden bow. Oh, that was a close one, but he still gets the tower and 1,500 extra gold for Prince Pecky's.
Yeah, perfect timing from Spurious Spunk there, just dashing away as the archers confirm the kill on the tower. But as you said, that golden bow, it just pops and hit Bacchus, gives him aggro, and becomes very, very dangerous very quickly. 22-4, up 9,000 gold and 14,000 experience. That last solo lane tower, and then likely the Fire Giant is exactly what's on Pecky's mind. Looking at the item builds, I think they're going to want to really go aggressive once Pecky's finishes his crit item, which he's currently relatively close to, looking at about 400 to 800 more gold, depending on what he wants to go for.
Speaking of gold, I'm kind of looking at where the gold has been spent right now for Athena. She has basically the same gold in hand right now compared to Swellfoop's Bacchus, yet she has 1,300 more gold with these same items. She has 1 more level in actives. I don't know where all that gold went.
Well, the ward advantage from Alpha Heart, it's like 7.
Placed?
I think.
Oh, she is placed 13. Yeah, Bacchus is placed 5. Wow. Okay, so that's 400 gold right there.
And then, you know, you also looking at Golden Hand Athena. No, same Golden Hand. So yeah, I guess it's just all into wards. Maybe potentially later timing on the Midas boots coming out.
It's possible, yes. Left side, or rather right side, Scath trying to keep the dream alive here as his tower once again gets pressured, but what they don't realize is they're about to get into a 3v3 here. They need to stop stacking up. Lily and Larison are directly on top of each other with the rotation. No, actually, they're going for mid camps here, but what they don't realize is Crimson just flew directly over an attempt at the Gold Fury. It's going to be up to Pecky's to keep the dream alive, otherwise they could give up Fire Giant here.
Oh, Lily's going to be engaged on by the Assassinate. Searing Pain could come through. Moonlit Waltz is down, so this is probably a dead Chungus surviving with just 44 health, but not for long enough. Pecky's finds a kill onto Scath. Larison coming in with the circle protection and perfect aiming. The DR stack is real, so Isis is basically invulnerable there, and they find the kill onto Crimson. Now they're turning onto low-res Samuel. Belch of the Gods is not going to disrupt sufficiently, and Adonis will be the next target. Can't quite find the taunt, but that's still a win, 2 for 1.
Not to mention, they did still get the Gold Fury. Athena rotates over with her ultimate after helping Mercury burn that one down, extending their lead now up to over 10,000 gold at the 20-minute mark. 15,000 experience also separate the two teams, and as Adonis becomes once again the victim of Serket's poison, Pecky's picking up another kill, bringing him to 13-1.
1, 7, and 2, 13, and 1. The difference is so real. Lower Samuel absolutely annihilated. Trying to disrupt is Swellfoot, but he can't do enough, and he's going to fall here with his belly flop down. Eventually, Bacchus is very, very tanky, but he's not tanky enough to survive this. There's the kill off the Deathbane. Now the tower goes down. Mid tower dead as well. Larison taken down really quick by some assassination. Pecky's in a bad spot as well.
Yeah, Pecky's just messed up big time right there. He didn't actually reset the tower and wound up taking a fourth and fifth hit instead of another 1 and 2, making a huge difference. They don't get the tower, but they do get the one in the mid lane, and now once again extending their lead up to 11,000 gold.
11,000 gold, 17,000 experience, only one tower left standing for Admiral Adonis. After that, it's going to be eyes set on the Fire Giant to take the Phoenixes. Talking about the siege on those structures, it's really all about the circle of protection because of the Prince Pecky's composition. They've got great tower killing power, but it's all melee. So they need a way to survive and stay in there, and I'm looking at circle protection. Strangely enough, Alpha Heart on Athena going into beads, and I really wanted to see a shell.
All right, so now more pressure. I like the way that they're doing this because right side, you see them all kind of grouping up. They're all aiming towards one thing at a time, and they're really focusing on the aggression. With this, they're going to start grouping up, but Loki's actually trying to steal the blue buff away.
Loki trying to steal that one away, and he's going to be able to get it here, but will he get caught? Sonic Boom is available. Scath going to go invisible, and looks like he'll be out. Loki just so slippery. Pecky's going for a speed buff, does have a rage finish, and now looking at his itemization here, Golden Hand, he's about 1,300 gold from a Deathbringer, so that'll be 3 minutes or so.
So what we're looking here from Adonis is they need to group up and find objectives. Crimson in a lot of trouble, getting chased by a level 20. Serket immediately goes for the ultimate. She gets a huge hit off. I don't think she's getting away from that one. Crimson, the helicopter crashes directly into some bushes. The Blackhawk is down as Pecky's begins his rotation towards the right side. Fire Giant contention's going to be huge here. Adonis' team still has a chance for a wipe.
The Fire Giant has been pulled, circle protection is down, and with a Mercury, this is going to get bursted relatively quickly. It's all about the Fear No Evil, but jumping away is Adonis, and it looks like they're just going to give the Fire Giant up. He's trying to come back in, but he can't get the angle he needs. The Fire Giant goes down, and what's the plan now? Sonic Boom is available. It's going to be used to chase, or maybe not finding the right angle, and now it's all about pushing up the lanes and taking those towers.
All about the pressure. They still have 5 people alive right now, all of which have that Fire Giant buff, which not only gives you a ridiculous amount of sustainability and damage, but increases your damage against structures, which is very important at this stage of the game when they're trying to just burst into the enemy base. 23 minutes deep, you're going to see the right tower go down. The group up is big here, and it looks like Loki's going to be forced to back. This should be almost uncontested here.
Yeah, part of the problem, though, for Prince Pecky's is his wave pressure is relatively weak. Left-hand side completely far back. They will be able to take down this Phoenix with the help of strong auto attacks from Pecky's, and down at just 10%. It will fall. Pecky's jumping away. Alpha Heart very low, though, and Likey will fall. The Phoenix staying alive. Assassinate coming in onto Larison. Fear No Evil to follow up. Not used just yet as it was interrupted. Pecky's trying to get out, but the snipe connects. Lily XYZ, the next target. She doesn't know way out. Fear No Evil should confirm this kill. Healing up just barely, but the somersault finds it in the middle lane. Mercury secures a Phoenix, but at what cost as his entire team has fallen. It's up to Spurious Spunk to somehow salvage the situation. With the Sonic Boom, it's possible.
I want to see him just Sonic Boom to the Phoenix and burst that thing down before they can react. Realistically, if he dies for another Phoenix here, that's still a huge win because they don't have enough time to burst back into the base. He bees early. Using the Golden Bow to try to clear the wave, it looks like he's just trying to stay safe here and find a way out. Yes, he will escape. Adonis on the chase here. The dash not going to be hit, but Adonis taking a huge shot from the Golden Bow. He picks up 1. He's trying to fight again. Spurious Buck picks up 2. And then Athena's ultimate's going to bring her in. This is going to change from a 1v5 to a 2v3. Hot off the back of 2 extremely talented amateurs.
Yeah, Laura Samuel absolutely bursted down. Mercury in the late game so strong. Looking at the cooldown, special delivery is up, but he don't... Of course, he's Mercury. He runs fast. He's going to get onto Crimson. Doesn't find the Mage Look. That's the end of the engagement. They are going to just head over and take the right Phoenix, but Spurious Spunk is reminding us why this character has been banned for so long. He fell out of the meta, but why? Because he could do that.
Golden Bow showing how strong it can be in the end game. Adonis not taking that analyst look that he's so famous for. Doesn't recognize the damage that came forth, and he takes 2 huge hits off the Golden Bow. Spurious Spunk and Alpha Heart keeping the dream alive, taking another Phoenix, getting his team up, and extending their lead once again to 12,400.
I also want to mention Mercury did that with 3 damage items and a Witchblade.
That's my man.
If it's not OP, it's not for you.
To be fair, one of those damage items is a Deathbringer.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Gold Fury has spawned. It looks like Prince Pecky's not looking at that just yet. They want to go for the Phoenix hat trick. It will be a little bit hard to do. Mercury's still running back, and the last team fight went very poorly for Prince Pecky's until Spurious Spunk showed his spunk. But, you know, I mean, if they play this Phoenix fight right, and if they wait for their Mercury, I think it's almost guaranteed.
Left side pressure, the final Phoenix stands. The only actually form of defense for this Titan besides the players is this final structure, which they're looking to take down. They still have half the timer in the mid lane. The right lane just got taken. Now, watch Scath. He puts the decoy to try to separate, and there's going to be a 5-man Intoxicate coming out from Swellfoop.
Nice Intoxicate there, forces the disengage, and that seemed like a weird play, but it actually buys a fair amount of time. 25 seconds left on the Fire Giant buff. It's only on Spunk, but it's a big deal. 50 physical power and 15% structured damage. On the right-hand side, Adonis is trying to make sure he's able to clear the creeps and have a decent position for any team fight that does erupt. It's 4 ultimates to 5, but Athena is global. Jumping in, hi-rez Peggy's is getting bursted so fast. Crimson finds the kill. Alpha Heart in the front line, sitting at about half. Adonis is going to jump in, no fear, no evil, and now giving chase becomes relatively difficult.
They have to be careful here. Admiral Adonis' team is getting way too aggressive with no ultimates up. Only Crimson's is available, and really that's not going to turn a team fight. Waxing Moon still up there. Circle of Protection still ready to go. And Sonic Boom. Not to mention the fact that Athena still has rotation possibility off a back. Mercury greedily steals away the red buff as they rotate down to again fill their pockets. 1,500 gold going to be thrown in with what looks to be their 4th Gold Fury of the game.
That's going to be Gold Fury number 4, the Fire Giant respawning in 30 seconds, so it's likely going to be the recall coming out from Prince Pecky's. Their team captain will be available for the next fight, currently sitting 16-4, but it really feels like Spurious Spunk is the one who's so powerful now. And the late game insurance, it's not just the Chunga, who has hit her stride and is doing fairly well. I mean, it's 6,000, 7,000 healing for a Chunga is pretty good when you really haven't been in team fights for about half the game.
Well, Chunga's not a healer. I mean, she has a very small sustain. Right now, she's looking for damage. Rod of Tahuti, Bancroft's Talon, with the Shoes of Focus coming out, she has a lot of damage potential. I'm looking way more towards what she can do with Crescent Moon Dance. With that, looking at her actives, she only has Sprint 1. She has to get Sprint 2 online as soon as possible because slow immunity for her is massively important.
Yeah, Heavenly Agility would just be a great pickup as well. Now, Spurious Spunk going in, forces the Assassinate defensively, and that is a huge win. Beads also used will be down for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. This should just be an FG rush. Circle Protection, Mercury, and Circuit to the face, but it looks like they want to pick first. They're going in, they find Scath, and he is dead. 2 rights, jumping in Swellfoop, but it's not going to peel. It's not going to be enough. On the left-hand side, zoning out is Spurious Spunk.
Oh my God, the damage. Isis Larison comes out with a 0 to death with 2 moves. A perfect max range Spirit Ball hitting directly into 4 hits of that Wing Gust. Going to be able to clean that one up. 2 members now down for Admiral Adonis' team. They do have a Fear No Evil and Intoxicate to try to steal away this Fire Giant, but Pecky's not letting anything go just yet. He's actually going to jump over. Adonis is going right for it.
Well, he's got to do something. Circle Protection is perfectly timed. Waxing Moon coming through. That pop is going to kill Apollo 100%. Fear No Evil a little bit too late.
Oh.
The Hog coming in from Swellfoop, not going to find it. They're turning on the Bacchus. Adonis has been able to get out. Sonic Boom Channel. Spurious Spunk wants the kill, but he's looking in the wrong direction.
Admiral Adonis doesn't understand that the captain is supposed to go down with his ship, and he runs away from the fight, trying to make a line of defense for this right Phoenix, which has respawned. Remember, the right and middle Phoenixes have been debuffed thanks to their death, and it looks like all 5 members of Pecky's team ready to go in. Spurious Spunk comes in out of nowhere. Sonic Boom is going to be huge. Pecky's can he follow it up? Ambush over the wall is going to find it, turning their sights now to the Raw. Super low as Scath turns in, trying to find a kill, turns his sights directly to Mercury.
It's not going to be enough to find the kill. The Titan will be pulled. Searing Pain coming through. Pecky's very low. Chunga does have some healing potential, but is relatively limited. Jumping in, Laura Samuel taken down by the Deathbane. That's going to be enough to take the Titan and take the Dame. Prince Pecky's has been able to defeat his evil twin brother, Admiral Adonis, and he is Duke of the Prince of the Sweatshop.
He is not, yeah. He has definitely fallen. The Admiral has been, this just in, hi-rez Brad has defeated FG 3000, guaranteeing in all statements, and this is fact, Brad is officially better than Adonis in every way.
Yep, 100% guaranteed on that one. Adonis is not as good as Brad.
Not even close.
And you know what I think this means is that Adonis should be copying Brad's ROM build and maxing Rolling Assault first.
Gotta max that 3. Very, very important. You need that cripple.
Yeah, you do. It gives you an extra second. All right, taking a look at the stats, 24 and 9. This was on Pecky's back. In the other direction, 2, 9, and 6. Well, that was on Adonis's back too. It all went sour from that first speed buff invade. And looking at the damage, I mean, it wasn't just Pecky's in this game. Larison killed it.
Larison is a god. Now, he did not do as much damage as Pecky's. Pecky's put up 28k, but Spiri's put up 17 in the duo lane. Larison put up 19. This was an incredible push. And, you know, we look at Scath here. There was a lot of rotations from Adonis coming out to stop the Chang'e from getting big. And that's what they did. They stopped Lily dead to rights. But then in the late game, there was no peels for Scath. He was constantly forced to escape. He built full damage, so he was going to pick someone off, but never got the opportunity. Pecky's, Larison, and Alphaheart made sure of that one, and Lily, with a huge waxing moon at the end there, ensures that they wind up taking this game. Prince Pecky's will move on to round 2 to face off against SNK.
Alright guys, we're going to move on to round 2 as well, so stay tuned for the continuation of Divine Intervention 2. Day 2, will we see Gerb in the finals again? Will we see Adapting be able to continue his reign? Or will we see a new contender coming all the way through the tournament? I don't really know, because it's a tournament, and this isn't decided ahead of time, because it's not the WWE, so check it out. We'll be going for another few hours.